Okay, so we've separated the yolk from the egg whites, the hard-boiled eggs, and this is our mixture for the deviled eggs. Now, deviled eggs, basically you need the yolk, some mayo, a little bit of salt, paprika if you like it on top, and pickles. Now, I'm not adding any pickles to this one because I don't like pickles in my deviled eggs. Actually, it's relish. Some people use pickles, but technically you should use relish, or sweet relish or something like that. I don't care for either one. I know my mother would cringe if she knew I was making these without it, but I always end up taking them out, so I'm just not going to put them in because these are for me. So we have the yolk of 2 eggs here. I'm going to put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of mayo, and that's going to be it. Now, for your deviled eggs, if you like sweet relish or any kind of relish, or if you like pickles, you can add that to your mix. There will be neither of those in these deviled eggs, but they're still absolutely delicious. Another thing you can do is you can add potted meat in the bottom of your egg white before you add the yolk. That's another little trick to give it a little bit of a kick to your deviled eggs, and most people don't know, they don't even know that they're eating it. Or you could use some kind of pate or any of those things in the bottom, but this is going to be a straight deviled egg. So I'm going to try and mix it and hold this camera at the same time, and hopefully I won't drop it like I did with the wings. So we need a pinch of salt, just a little bit. So you got to have a little salt in everything you make for flavor. And then we're going to take our mayo, and I always like to squeeze a little off to the side to make sure it's right. And then just squeeze a little bit of mayo. Remember, this is a snack, a shrink snack. It's part of the 3-Day Shrink Rapid Weight Loss Plan, but it is a low-carb snack. So we're not concerned about the fat from the mayo. In fact, the fat is a good thing. When you're starting a ketogenic diet, which is really the only way to do a low-carb diet, by the way, and 3-Day Shrink is truly a ketogenic diet. It's not a politically correct diet, which is what a lot of people try to do when they do low-carb. This is the correct way, which is to focus on adding a little more fat to your plan, to your meals. Not a whole lot of protein. Misconception there. People think a low-carb diet or a ketogenic diet, it's a high-protein diet, but it actually is not. It's actually moderate protein, a little bit more than moderate on the fat, but very low in carbs. And I'm mixing it like this simply because I'm holding the camera with my hand, and I'm not, normally I would just mix this up much better. I also don't like to taste too much of the mayo, so I don't just pour it out. Some people like their eggs a little wetter than I do. I tend to like mine on the dry side. Again, make them according to your personal preference. But this is like an easy thing to make. And you can just keep these in the fridge as a go-to snack. And trying to position this, but you get the idea. So I'm going to finish mixing this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it looks in the egg.